preserve the authenticity of the moment and the winner's emotions, the video is created in Russian with English subtitles.
Well, friends, the day has come. In a few hours our winner will arrive at the airport and we are going to meet him. We'll find out about his emotions and a bit more about him in general. And we'll see what it's like to be the winner of MemeFi. Andrei, glad to meet you. How was your flight?
Hi. All is good.
Let me shake your lucky hand. So, Andrei, let's ride a little in this unusual format and take a little tour of nighttime Dubai. And please, tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you do? If it's not a secret, how much do you earn? You've had kind of life change, so it would be very interesting to know how you are currently living your life. And it's interesting to see how it will affect you in the future.
Well, first of all, I'm shocked to even be in this situation. So, my main job, I work as a courier.
We are talking about food delivery.
Yes, about food delivery, yeah. I mainly work on a bicycle. Try to use in a car, but with a car, well, at least you earn less. Traffic, parking, and all of that are just a complete nightmare. The earnings are not huge, it was pretty better before, now, of course, it has become more challenging. Depending on how I work, usually it's 1,000, well, one of a half thousand, in case if I really try my best in it. In dollars, I mean.
In dollars, okay.
Yeah. Moreover, lately everything has definitely become more expensive. As we rent an apartment, about prices now it's a really sky-high prices. The job, I tell you right away, is heavy, really heavy. First of all, you drive by yourself. Secondly, you run trying to pick up the food from restaurant and then deliver to a person. Often there are no elevators in the buildings, so you need to go by the floors. Well, it's hard, very hard, yeah.
How many units are you able to deliver per day?
It depends on weather. There are holidays, non-holidays. But in general, I have a record. Once I made almost 50 orders.
Per day?
Yes.
Wow, that's a lot.
But be honest, sometimes you need to work almost a whole day. For example, around 12 hours.
When you find out about MemeFi in percentages, more or less, yes, how much time did you spend on the project during your day? Because you combined it with your work, of course.
Yeah, well, I could say twice a day, mostly 2 times. So I look at it in the morning and, well, in the evening. I learned about the project, well, just over a year ago, and of course I go into crypto. Put a little money there. When I saw a video that there is a thing called airdrop, decided to try, got a friend interested in it, and well, each of us dealt with some projects, shared referrals with each other, joined it, and well, at first we gathered quite a lot of projects. When started rejecting some because that we simply don't have enough of time for some.
Andrei, now in Telegram there are many mini-apps. What is your opinion on what the market lacks? If you were a developer, what apps would you develop?
I would definitely make, well, something relatively lightweight. If we are talking about mini-apps, yeah? Some top games and everything else. I would make a relatively lightweight application, just to capture a large part of the market, let's say in different age groups, just to build a strong community. This is probably the first thing I would do, because, for example, I took a part in other projects, and there were applications that are, well, so-so, let's say.
Would you look towards gaming applications or infrastructure?
In particular, especially gaming projects.
And would you be looking at gaming?
Yes, they are really engaging projects. Yes, gaming engaging projects. But again, many people just play. They have free time, some of them play mini games, and that's it, and in everything that's related to it. So I would definitely create a good, interesting, engaging application from which you can also earn something.
Would you mainly focus on building as large a community as possible?
Yes, it's just easier.
Regarding the MemeFi token and its price, with a soon listing, what are your forecasts, expectations, and what is your strategy? Will you sell the token you receive via airdrop immediately, or will you hold on to it to sell
It
later?
all still depends on you, however you behave with the token, whether you will further develop it, how you will develop it, what program it will be, the strategy and so on. It all depends on this. When I join projects, I try to read something about them more or less. Sometimes I can simply do some projects. There is my friend with who we started together. I sent him a referral link, he joined, found some project, he sent me a referral, I joined. By the way, that's how it happened with MemeFi. He joined first and sent me a referral, and then I joined. It's hard to say. I took 9, maybe even hardly 10, 8, 9 projects. But I simply didn't have time for everything.
Of course.
Family, work and everything else, you simply don't have a time, and you start to prioritize and selectively move forward with certain projects. That's all.
But with MemeFi, essentially, let's say the stars aligned, and the UI and UX were clear enough for you. Did you abandon this app?
I didn't abandon it. On the contrary, since summer, I think it was also when you had it, and when you started distributing those tickets, when you were doing the broadcasts. I only missed the first day on the broadcast. I just didn't know about that day, so I was running around doing something busy, and every other day I didn't miss. So I was with MemeFi all the time, literally from day to day, in the morning and the evening. Well, I don't know, it just worked for me and that all.
Are there any other criteria besides this? What criteria differentiate MemeFi in the market among other mini-apps that you could highlight?
Well, it was a complete surprise to me that you're well ruffle of Lamborghini at all.
So this is an advantage, right?
Well, of course, why not? And the fact that you were giving away F every day. Excuse me, but I haven't seen many projects like this where it's like that every day. Also, the amounts for those in their top leadership positions. So it would have been a shame to not participate. Because every day you have an opportunity to win even at the minimum, for example, $56 or something. And that also has such an interesting twist to it.
Would you continue to participate in similar projects, and would you recommend it?
Of course I will. First of all, I have just started. The main point is that I literally just started this summer. And so I snagged the crown.
Cool, cool.
Considering some percentage, like 1 in a million, where I'm just shocked. I'm just shocked. Well, this is just unreal.
Okay, Andrei, please tell us about the activities you do in MemeFi. So you are completely using all aspects of the product. You spin, you participated in the giveaway, and now we already have airdrop checker. This month, in November, we have a listing. Tell us, overall, do you use everything that is in the app? Tell me about your experience as a user.
Well, basically, I spin when I'm short. Accordingly, I bribe. Well, through Tonovsky wallet inside Telegram. And basically, the economy must be economical. I try to save somewhere if I really need a little more for spins. I'm somewhere, view ads and so on, just to earn spins for myself in this way.
So, look, we have data that you bought 11 tickets, and the 11th was essentially a winning one. So we checked.
Yes, this last ticket to be the winning one.
Why specifically 11 tickets? How many did you buy at the beginning? What was the overall strategy?
I'm in that day or 2-3 days, I bought premium
Okay.
in MemeFi, and I think, well, firstly, a little insufficient. Like premium. It's kind of like put in a little and want to get something, well, kind of add some
Increase
more.
the chances.
It's normal, yes, it's absolutely normal. I bought premium and, in my opinion, in the next day I already bought an additional 10 tickets.
Ah, okay, so there are two approaches, basically.
Yes, and that all.
Good.
Well, and also both extra spins.
Okay. Regarding feedback about friends, how many friends did you invite and what was the reaction of these friends whom you invited to the application?
I had a good reaction from my close acquaintances. But there are a few more close people. Well, it's a thought case, but they are much younger than me.
Was it negative towards you?
Yeah, negatively towards me, like, yeah, you know. I'm sorry, I'm 39 years old and I like playing some top games, some kind of nonsense. Seems like you're suffering from some incomprehensible nonsense. Anyway, well, more or less, you get something. Moreover, as I say, it's better to try than not.
Agreed.
This is my first fixed idea. You have to try and see.
And the reaction of those who react negatively to you somehow?
They still don't believe.
So, they still skeptically say it's nonsense?
Yes, even now when I'm already in Dubai. But they still complete denial.
Okay, so now you're in Dubai. Yes, such a journey, like we still have a lot of interesting things ahead and to get a bunch of emotions. Tell me, how often do you travel in general?
Well, let's say the last probably 2 years, my wife was in Turkey and in Croatia. But I didn't go anywhere.
Doesn't count as you.
Well, yes, if we're talking about me, there just wasn't an opportunity. I had to work, actually, stay at home and work. The apartment won't pay for itself and so on. We went somewhere, well, not far away. I mean, there could be a small private cottage in the village. But mostly, well, I haven't go anywhere for a long time.
How sure were you that there is even a chance to win?
Mostly I was waiting for F. I believed in such small project because I threw about details, but from a broader perspective from that project. I'll just take a closer look, see if I like it, go for more sustainable projects, try to out there. And that is happened like this way. Hello.
You have a chance to win Lamborghini Aventador or $5,000. Are you ready to choose a number, 1 or 2?
Yes, sure.
So, number 1 or 2?
Let it be 2.
Number 2. Okay, we need to wait about 15 seconds. Andrei, I congratulate you. You have won a Lamborghini Aventador. When I called you, yeah, we were live on air. Why number 2?
Now I will tell you. Well, first of all, I will talk about the call, about my distrust. By the way, when you called, I almost hung up.
Seriously?
Yes, my finger was already itching.
And what was the trigger for you not to withdraw?
Because I often received calls on Telegram. Someone unfamiliar was calling. They also called from different banks and so on. Yes, evidently all this scam stuff. And it had become automatic for me. They call often actually. I just reached out with my finger. Then I heard MemeFi and thought, well, MemeFi, yes, I'm participating. If it's a scam, well, okay, I'll communicate at least. I answered the phone. Well, you start all these speeches. I didn't understand anything at all. I was skeptical about everything. Plus, I was on my way home, so actually I was still at work. You can win this or that, 1 or 2, and I still didn't understand. I'm thinking, do I need to press 1 or 2 on the keyboard or that? I didn't understand, it was live. I just didn't know about it. And there was another interesting moment. My friend knew it was live broadcast, and he was driving and watching.
So, he saw me calling you.
At the moment when you were calling me, he practically watched until that moment. Then he had to disconnect.
For work?
He had to disconnect for work, and at that moment you called me. So another interesting moment. Well, and consequently, why number two? Number two for me, it's I knew. We always go with someone, fight with someone in life, for some better perks. But whoever go first, always comes the corners frolic.
Okay.
And the second one,
On the beaten path.
on the beaten path and less strain. So that's why I gave a 2.
And when in the end 2 comes up, what is your emotion? The first emotion?
Absolutely nothing.
There is a bit of skepticism, right? Is there a hint of mistrust?
I didn't understand a thing. No, I spoke with an uncertain voice. I didn't know anything about the broadcast. I didn't understand until the end. After you hung up, I saw you in the video with LAMBO. And then I began to realize it later. And then this stream of calls and thousands of messages in Telegram just overwhelmed me. Telegram just couldn't keep up with it. And I couldn't write properly.
So you got over 1,000 requests all at once.
Each minute, 1,000 people were being added to me. Interesting that they weren't all being added to the group. And I just keep getting a lot of notifications.
You were bombarded, right?
And Telegram simply couldn't process that in time. And I received around 200 phone calls immediately, because someone was calling me every half second. The call wouldn't disconnect and the next one wouldn't come in. That's how it was. And I couldn't write properly. I would type a message and their call wouldn't come in, so it was like that. Yes, that's what happened. Well, after that, I called a friend. He was supposed to arrive just then. He, in fact, was listening to the broadcast. I was like, I think I won a Lamborghini. He's like, oh, come on, in a sense. He saw it himself. And then he drove up to me, already reviewing. He says, dude, right before they pick you up, I just threw it off because I couldn't watch any further. Well, I wrote a message to my father-in-law, and into my wife too. I either called or something. Yes, called.
Were you at work?
Yes, I was still technically at work, but I was already heading home in a way. Called my wife. She said, Andrei, you're drunk? I'm like, no, I've got thousands of messages on Telegram. And I think I won a Lamborghini. She's like, what? How? She watched it on YouTube, figured it out, went on YouTube. She said, Andrei, you won a Lamborghini. It's you, I hear your voice.
Но ты вроде бы понимаешь, что ты уже в самолете и летишь, и студия уже, и все, и ты в процессе.
Все равно не верится, да.
Но это все равно, когда мы сюда сели, это такого адреналина, наверное, в жизни еще не было. Это нереальный космос.
So how I am? Well, I'm shocked. I feel like I'm just in some kind of dream. Haven't woken up yet. Pinch me.
Такой чуть-чуть страх и шок, такой, знаешь, чуть-чуть оцепенение, потому что это из ряда вон выходящее.
And you will try to contact me with the team later.
Yes. It was very difficult to get in touch. It was unreal. Now it's clear why. Andrei, please tell me, what do you advise in our project and similar projects to those people who are hesitant? Whether to participate or not? What can you advise right now?
Well, how can I advise not to participate after all I had? Well, it's just unreal. Even before this project, I still earned some small perks on other projects. I would still continue to try further. I was tasked to complete at least 7 projects, to get a sense of the full market's extent. I thought dealing with 7 projects is quite manageable. Just look at these minimal projects to see the minimal level.
Even just out of curiosity?
Yes, just out of curiosity. You're not throwing in any fabulous money, but you're still trying something. You have chances. I even bought lottery tickets for some time, although I never engaged in this kind of nonsense, hypothetically. And if we calculate mathematically, well, if we look at lottery specifically,
Yes.
so if we compare with crypto, then in crypto there are simply much more chances.
Yes.
Purely mathematically, that's it. Especially if you participate in at least a few projects. That's it.
Well, overall, there is probably more belief, right? After realizing that you can actually win something,
Well,
right?
I have already participated in several projects before MemeFi, and well, yeah, there is faith.
Understood. In principle, if you give it your full attention, you get everything.
Of course, of course. I'm scary. Just wait, it's a bit of scary. You just rode on it a little bit and I'm not.
Andrei, how do you feel? You rode on it, and what are your impressions?
So many impressions. It's just indescribably. I don't even know where to start. The speed pickups amazingly. I really like the drive in the car, it's super, super cool. As I understand, you can really ride on it for about 40 minutes. And that's all you need to understand about this
Did you
car.
drive something like that
No,
sport
no.
car before?
No, it's my first time.
Quite a good beginning, huh?
Yes, yes, good start, yeah. It accelerates amazingly. The feeling of taking off, it's just unreal. I don't even know what to say, guys. I really don't know what to say. Yesterday you just live your life, and today I already get this incredible gift here. Even my hands are sweaty. Sweaty, and it won't dry. Well, great, great. Thank you, MemeFi. Not for advertising. Purpose is gratitude, but from the heart. Just from my bottom of my heart.